The Los Angeles Chargers came into free agency with the most salary cap space in the National Football League. And the explanation was, well, the Chargers, they're going to make a lot of moves. At least that's what I was led to believe. And I think that's what a lot of Chargers fans were led to believe as well. And then early on, the Chargers start making some big-time signings. Center Tyler Biadasz, great signing. You've greatly improved a position of need. Alec Ingold, someone that did a lot of good things with Mike McDaniel. He's going to come in, be the star fullback for this squad. There were big moves to be made, and they were made aplenty. There were trade rumors. There were big signings at the wide receiver position. There were big signings on the offensive line position. All these moves were supposed to be made by the Los Angeles Chargers. Where have they been? And why aren't the Chargers making a ton of big moves? There were some small moves today, and we're going to dive into all those and how they affect the Chargers. But the big question that we're going to answer at the end of the show, why aren't the Chargers doing as much as they seem to promise? This is Chargers Now. I am your host, Will Ortner. Hit that sub button if this is the first time you are seeing our channel. You're going to be covered throughout the year of 2026 on the Los Angeles Chargers. We're diving into 4 big news stories for the Chargers surrounding 4 different players because the Chargers made some good moves. But first, I do want to wish a happy retirement to the great tight end, Hayden Hurst. Shout out to Hurst. He has decided to call it a career. And he's the type of player that has had a fantastic career in the National Football League. But when it is time, it is time. Hurst was starting to get beat up. Obviously did not play this last season, dealing with that hip injury. Seemed like he was someone that could come in and be a tight end, or at least a strong tight end for this Charger squad. And unfortunately, it didn't end up being that way. It's hard to know when to hang him up. And as someone who played football, not in the National Football League, but did play in college and tried to play at least for a little bit with some professional teams that probably no one really cares about. It's hard to know when it's time to hang him up. It's hard to say goodbye to football. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, congratulations to the great Hayden Hurst. Congratulations on your retirement. I wish you nothing but the best. Now let's get into the big news for the Chargers, because the Chargers made more smart signings, or at least signings that I find smart. Josh Harris is returning back to this Chargers team as your long snapper. And I think that this is a great move here by the Chargers. It's not going to be a sexy one. It's not going to be one that you're excited to tell your girlfriend about. This is one that you just keep to yourself. But Josh Harris, he has been the long snapper in 61 games over the last 4 years for this Chargers team. And he's done a fantastic job of making sure that there are not turnovers when he snaps the football. He has done a fantastic job of making sure that that ball gets snapped right to the holder so that you do not have missed field goals in LA, or you have a limited number of them. I do believe that Harris has done a significant job of making this special teams unit, well, better than average. And so when I look at everything that Josh Harris has been doing, I think that he has earned his contract with the LA Chargers. And I do think that that was a smart move because you can continue to build with this squad and with Harris. Grade the Chargers free agency so far. Let me know down below in the comment section. A, B, C, D, or a big F. Right now, I don't get the moves. Not that I don't think the moves are smart. I guess I should say I don't get the lack of moves. You have plenty of cap space. What are you waiting for? I'd give, so far, the Chargers a C- in free agency. Next player that we got to talk about, someone that I find very fascinating, and that's Deane Leonard, cornerback for the Chargers. He is going to be coming back to this squad. Another good player with the team, but another player that is going to be making his impact on the special teams side of the football. I think this was a smart signing by the Chargers because you do have to continue to make sure that you build a strong special teams unit while also having someone that could potentially come in if there were some different injuries on that DB room. I like it, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's a home run hire. Call your girlfriend, call your mom, call your sister, call your brother. But I'm also at the same time not going to say that this is a bad move either. Whenever you can build up your special teams unit and whenever you can continue to build up your defense, I do think that is a good move. I still think there's a big cornerback move that is coming, whether it's in the draft or in free agency for this Chargers team. But I do think Leonard coming back, that's going to be something good. Last player that we have to talk about was kind of signed pretty early on today. That is Del'Shawn Phillips, outside linebacker. Going to be someone that I think is able to make some plays for this squad. I like what Phillips is bringing to the table. Now, you do have to assume that he is not going to be the only option or the final option for this team over on that outside linebacker / edge role. I think that Phillips is going to do another good job of adding to the special teams unit for this squad. But I also think it's important to kind of look at him as a player that when you're going to need him on rotations, he's going to be able to come in and fill in for this squad. Defensive coordinator O'Leary is kind of built and molded in the same style as what we saw in Seattle with Mike Macdonald because, well, he's a Jesse Minter disciple, and Minter is a disciple of Mike Macdonald. You see a lot of rotations on the defensive side of the football. You see a lot of guys getting a lot of opportunities for reps. And I do like this move, but it still feels like there has to be more to come. Are you worried about the Chargers' free agency moves? Let me know down below in the comment section, yes or no. I would tell you the moves themselves, no, I'm not worried. I think the Chargers are doing a good job. It's going to be the lack there of moves that I'm worried about, to be honest. And let's talk about that right now, because it's the end of the video, and I think I might have an idea. But even here, I'm just kind of guesstimating on what the moves are going to be, because I'm worried. The Chargers had a ton of free agency cap space. They have a ton of salary cap space. They have a ton of opportunities to make moves for free agents, and they haven't. So are the Chargers going after big-name players like Alec Pearson missing? Or are the Chargers just not going after players? It felt like this was a pretty easy spot where the Chargers could build up their defensive line on the interior. Or more importantly, they could build up their offensive line. And I understand that Zion Johnson went to the Cleveland Browns for a lot of money. And I probably don't want to pay him that amount of money. But why haven't the Chargers made a move? Are the Chargers waiting for some of these older players that are at the guard position? A guy like Joel Bitonio, to me, stands out. He's a very good player in the National Football League. Now he's a little bit older, so maybe the Chargers are saying, we're going to wait, and we're going to sign him at a later date. But right now, when I look at this Chargers team, there is no reason, there is no excuse for them to not be making moves unless you think that somewhere down the road, maybe there's going to be a big trade. The rumor has been that the Chargers could make a move after A.J. Brown. I don't know that they have the capital for him. So are you holding on to that money for A.J. Brown? There's been rumors about the Chargers trading Quentin Johnston. Where's that trade going to be, and what's the real offer for him? You have to make a decision on his fifth-year extension. So what do? I'll tell you right now, if I'm a Chargers fan, I'm frustrated as hell. It feels like there should have been more moves made. So where are they, and why aren't they being made? Can I not see the clearing through the trees right now? What is General Manager Joe Hortiz going to do? Because it feels like he made two important moves that Mike McDaniel kind of forced his hand on. Then it's been a lot of the same. And the same last year wasn't good enough. This was a team that was positioning themselves to go all in. So why the F aren't they going all in? You might not like the free agency moves for the Chargers, but I hope you like this video. I hope that we can be a voice of the people here on Chargers Now. I hope that we can sound off for you. So hit that thumbs up button, because if we need to call people out, we're going to call people out for the right reasons. And we're going to call people out if they're not doing the right thing. So hit that thumbs up button. We really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss on any Chargers news. You don't want to miss out on any Chargers rumors. You don't want to miss out on any trade rumors. We've got you covered. The minute that there is breaking news on the Chargers, we'll have a video out to you. I freaking promise. Thank you guys so much for viewing today's video, and bolt up.